Have you ever gotten into a hyperbaric chamber?
Excuse me?
Exactly. Have you
No.
done one of these?
Not that I know of, no.
We were at somebody's house last night and they sit for 1 hour in their hyperbaric.
Well,
I'm like, this is
what
another
is that?
level. Like, what happens? Like, it looks like a spaceship. It's like it get enclosed and it's supposed to give you more oxygen.
Wait, is this like sensory deprivation?
What?
Is that what that is?
What does that mean?
Like these tanks, and you lay in the water, and there's no sound, there's no lights.
No, yeah, I don't even know. I can't even answer. This person, we were at somebody's house last night and they have one in their garage and they were showing it to us. And I was like, like they had the sauna, they had the pool, they had the cold plunge. It's a wellness retreat. And
Okay.
people now,
Invest in wellness.
Yeah, you don't just get one.
Home spa.
Yeah, you get the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so we were impressed with the sauna. It's beautiful. The cold plunge, my boys were going crazy. But the hyperbaric, I was like, that's another level.
Yeah, that sounds wild.
And I was like, so is this, because I think sauna, I go, is that a 10, 12 minute like shtick thing? This person's like, no, an hour.
What are you doing?
An hour? I go, do you take a nap? 100%. It's like, dude.
Okay, I want one. I want
the extremes of fitness today in today's culture.
Yeah, what?
Bro, I cannot drive through my neighborhood in the morning without seeing women with the vests on.
Running.
The weighted vests, a lot of them walking. The weighted vest thing took off.
Yeah, crazy.
The whey protein thing, ordered my new one on Amazon this morning.
What are you taking?
I mean, I'm on,
Are you still on creatine?
I'm on creatine.
Okay, yep.
I'm on collagen for your belly.
Nails?
For your belly.
For your belly.
Yeah, for your
Okay,
gut.
Sure. Okay.
From what I understand. Whey protein.
Yes.
I told Julia this morning, I've gained 10 pounds. And she goes, wow, you need 20. She's
Where
like,
have
good.
you gained it, though? Like, you look good.
Let's go. Right here,
Yeah,
dog.
What? Let's go.
I gained 10 pounds in the last
that's
3 months.
Amazing.
10 pounds. I weigh the heaviest today I've weighed in the history. Julie and I are celebrating 17 years of marriage this Sunday, September 21st. I weigh the heaviest I've ever weighed in the history of our marriage.
Same. Chad, if I told you in 15 years of marriage how much weight I've gained, dear Lord. For every pound you gain, I'm going to lose double. That will equal out somewhere.
I just feel like I live in this era where it's like people are in their 50s. They're the most disciplined, best shape
Happiest
of their
they've
life.
ever been.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's what
In
I
their
want to look
50s.
like. Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I want to look like. What?
Yes.
It is true, though. The older you get, the more you're like hyperbaric, sauna, cold plunge, collagen, ball creatine. You try to find cheat codes.
Well, when you're as close to death as you are, you have to
Yeah,
start.
exactly. Well, when you fall asleep, I was like, remember when Dino was here the other day? He's like, at my age, I go to bed when I want to, fall asleep when I want to, say whatever I want, fall asleep whenever I want. It's aging. No, but I love that we live in this fitness, health conscious.
Yes. Yeah.
When I was growing up, we weren't aware of any of this stuff.
None of it.
I'd never heard of turmeric.
Yeah. It was just don't smoke too many cigarettes.
That's it. Yeah.
Like,
People were trying to get everybody off cigarettes.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. Name the last person that you saw. That's a think about that. We don't live in Europe. Cigarettes?
yeah, crazy.
I can't remember the last time
Same.
I saw someone have a cigarette.
Right.
Go buy a
cigarette in the wild. Like what?
Yeah. Or like remember at the airport they had their own section?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody, it's health.
Yeah.
Everybody's health, wellness.
Whey is the new cigarette. Like wait.
Whey is the new cigarette. Yeah, man, I'm into it. You got to have my smoothie.
I was gonna say, how do you do the
Okay,
whey?
let me just show you. Ice.
Okay.
Okay. We're on a Vita thing.
Yeah, Vitamix. Yep.
Vitamix. Ice. Good amount.
Mm-hmm.
Almond milk. Cherry
Protein.
Joe's guy.
Yep. Okay.
Frozen bananas.
Mm-hmm.
1 small scoop almond butter. Baby spinach. Trader Joe's.
You can't even taste it.
Nope. Protein powder. Creatine powder. Collagen powder. That's
Agave,
it.
honey.
No, that's it right there. And Julia's like, you don't have to press the thing down the whole time. It'll go for you. And I'm like, I just love this thing. And I watch it. If it gets stuck, I kind of shake it a little bit. And then when it's done, when I pour it out, I pour Julia a cup, pour myself a cup, get a straw. I thought coffee was the highlight of my day. Right now,
It's a
my
smoothie.
protein smoothie is the highlight of my day.
That's impressive.
And every day, I think I make a better one than the day before. I'm winning every day. We're healthy people around here. We're leaders. Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Leadership Lean In. We are leaning in to the subject of leadership. We're trying to become as good as possible at leading. And obviously we're talking about health and living. What is it? It's loving, leading, and living. We got to love God, love people, love life, lead ourselves to the best of our ability and lead others, and then live well. I think you can't lead well if you can't live well. So we're trying to do. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're almost at 14,000.
Crazy.
Keep pushing it. Come on, you guys. Subscribe to the YouTube. Don't miss out on our weekly leadership content email. So sign up for that. And thank you for sharing the message. Thank you for sharing the pod, inviting others into the conversation of trying to become the best leaders that we can possibly become. We're going to talk about today one of my favorite subjects when it comes to leadership, and that is the subject of money.
Whoa.
More money, more problems.
That's right.
Man, money's not a healer. It's a revealer. Oh, I'm preaching now. I want to talk about money because one of the realities of being a leader is learning how to manage well what you've been placed with in your leadership. And one of those realities is most people don't realize when I lead, that's going to require a budget. That's going to require an Excel spreadsheet. It's going to require great stewardship. And so I'm going to teach you 5 things today when it comes to money. Again, money won't solve your problems, but leadership, leading really well will. And so I'm going to give you 5 things. This is all from Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey, by the way, the older I get and the more I follow and listen to this man, the more I respect him more.
I'm actually in love with Dave Ramsey.
I just think this guy, I could listen to him talk. You know, I've heard him a couple of times on Craig Rochelle Leadership Podcast. I've listened to his audiobooks. I can't get over his insight, his authority. I like that he loves to laugh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I watch, I don't watch for financial advice anymore.
Yeah, just his personality is good.
Yeah, just his
Yeah, he's got a
personality,
great
how he
personality.
handles his laugh when he hears someone's crazy debt stories.
Yeah, and I like hearing him banter. Shout out to Dave Ramsey. We're huge fans. We're very thankful.
Gotta get him on.
If we can get Dave Ramsey on, my God, my dad might give me a hug. But we are. We're going to teach you 5 things that I learned from Dave Ramsey when it comes to money and leading. This will apply to your personal life and your leadership reality. Number 1, have a written plan, which we could call AKA a budget. Most people, in fact, 90% of people make a budget. Did you know this?
No.
90% of people make a budget. Only 20% can keep it.
Whoa.
Pause. Only 20% can keep it. Nobody ever wins without making a written plan. Have a plan. Assign every dollar to go somewhere. And I think, again, I'm 45. I am working harder at my budgeting. I'm working harder at my accountability of my budget. It does you no good to make one. It does you much good to keep one. And so one of the things I want to encourage you with whatever you're leading, you're going to have a budget. Because we cannot spend more than we make. We know this. And so, but come up with a plan. Everybody needs a plan. You need a plan for your personal life. You need a plan for your parenting. You need a plan for your marriage. You need a plan for your money. The Bible says, one of my favorite scriptures, I'm actually talking about this weekend, money has wings like an eagle and flies away.
Yep.
You have it and then you don't. Where did all my money go? I like to know the answer to that question. So what do? I diligently look at my budget in preparation, and then I hold myself accountable. Did I walk out the plan?
Yep.
It's kind of like watching football. I love football's back.
Woo!
Last night, 2 Monday Night Football games.
I didn't get to watch.
Unbelievable. You were teaching.
Yes.
But they have scripted plays, first 10, 15 plays. Then you start to make adjustments to the defense. You start seeing where they, who's hot, who's doing well. Are we running the ball effectively? Are we passing the ball? And I get that, but you're going in with a plan. That's what you need to do with your finances. Go in with a written plan. How well do you do at keeping to your budget? Be honest, it's just us.
Yeah.
Our small little nation.
Yeah, just a small nation. We do really well in extremes and really poorly in lifestyle.
Yeah. 100%.
When we're on a spending freeze, we're really good at freezing.
Kill it.
When we're on a budget, a little extra unaccounted for income comes in. It's not accounted for on the budget. All of a sudden, patterns start to change a little bit.
We're going to go to Dick's Sporting Good. We're going to buy this. We're going to go get in and out. I get it. It's hard. But I think, whatever you're leading, I guarantee it's a direct reflection of how your personal finances are going. So you can't separate it. Remember, how you do some things is how you do all things. So you've got to connect and get really good at your personal money so you can get good at whatever you're leading in's money and financial reality. Here's number 2. Get out of debt. I like this. Dave Ramsey will, I remember my dad, and I think he still does this to this day. He buys all of his cars in cash. He's just a big saver, and he doesn't believe in debt. And I think there's a real powerful truth to this. Your most powerful wealth building tool is your income. So don't waste your income on paying off interest. Take that income, pay off debt, get out of debt so you can start to build your wealth. Here in our organization that I have the privilege of leading with a team, we try our best to put our money to work and get out of the debt that we're in. We've got, buildings and construction loans, all that kind of stuff. We're trying to pay it off at a rapid pace. Why? So get out of debt. Why? Why do you want to get out of debt? So we can build.
That's right.
That's our goal. You're a leader, which means you're a builder. Here's the third one. Live on less than you make. Not rocket science. I know everybody's like, oh yeah, well, 100%. I think we should all, live on, 100%. I'm teaching my boys this right now of how, for their allowance, how can they live on less than they make? So right away, what I'm trying to teach them, you got paid X, and we're assigning out right away 3 categories. I say, okay, so first 10% is going to go to God. And then I go, okay. And then I go, we're going to go into savings, delayed gratification. And the third one is investments. And let's think about my 7-year-old. I'm trying to teach my 7-year-old right now investments. Might be $1, might be $2. But if I can keep on investing, 7 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old, 20 years old, by the time he gets to be 45, what will those investments turn into? So I'm teaching him right away not only how to invest, save, and tithe, which are 3 powerful truths when it comes to financial stewardship, but in addition, how to live on less than he makes.
Yeah.
Rather than getting $10 and spending $10.
Right.
Most people, we max it to the very limit. It's how much I make, it's how much I spend. And, even in your marriage, if you have one person that's a hyper spender and the other person is trying to be a hyper saver, this conflict's not going to work. We got to get on the same page in our financial reality. When it comes to what you're leading, let's go back to leadership. You have got to discipline yourself. Every week I get our financial report. Every week I know we put X amount of percent in savings, X amount of percent goes into our tithe line, X amount of percent goes to capital improvement. We just stockpile every week. So it's not like once every 6 months, we need to transfer it. Every week, it's just our discipline. And so whatever you make, amazing. Challenge yourself to spend less than you make.
Yeah, I think this is a direct crossover into how leaders handle other leaders or other relationships, right? People who are I think people aren't just spending more than what they're making. They're taking out credit cards.
Oh,
credit cards it's not income. You haven't made that money. Banks know they can give you credit, and because of your spending habits, they're going to get a lot of money from you overspending.
That's it.
And that directly transfers to leaders who go, oh, the people that I'm leading, I can use them and I can expend them.
Right.
They're just assets to be used or expended.
Right.
And so there's a direct correlation. I can't overspend my leaders. I can't overwork my leaders. You're going to end up overdrafting your relational expenses.
Everything, maxing it all out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so true. And I always think it's a discipline, right? At the end of the day, to be a great leader, I think it just requires great restraint, great discipline. How do I get great discipline, I really double down on my mission, my vision, my values. Because I said yes to this thing, I said no to all others.
Yeah.
It's like marriage. When I wear this ring, I said yes to one, which means I say no to all others. So, yes, this is our budget. Yes, this is our values. Yes, this is what we're going to prioritize. We're going to spend money on this, which means I say no all kinds of great opportunities. Man, we could buy this LED. Man, we could get this sound thing. Man, we could go buy this, new truck for care. Oh, all that's great. But we already sat down. We had some meetings and we decided what we're going to spend money on.
Yeah.
We assigned our dollars. Yeah. So it's easy to say no. Remember, when you become successful, you have options you didn't have before. So now you got options to invest or spend money different ways. Know your mission and your values so everything becomes crystal clear.
Yeah, I think something I appreciate, a conversation we had recently, you were like, I want my kids every day to see that I sweat.
Oh.
And the reason why I sweat is to convince myself that my flesh, my temptation doesn't rule me.
That's right.
And I think a lot of times we wait until a big financial decision or an opportunity to flex that or to practice that.
Yep.
But to get in the sauna or the cold plunge or to run or to hit your goals, that's exercising the discipline you'll need for these big decisions.
That's exactly right. And like I said before, how you do some things, how you do all things.
Yeah.
It's all connected together. Here's the next one. Save money. It is. I love this Dave Ramsey line. He goes, you want to know how rich people get rich? They save money. And when he said that, the first time I heard him say that, I was like, oh, that's how they, okay, wow. Okay. So again, tithe 100%. I believe in that. In anybody that's a leaner knows our values and our beliefs. I believe in tithing with all my heart. I just believe you live under an open heaven when you tithe. And then equally committed to saving money as I am to tithing money. Equally committed to saving money as I am to tithing money. Yes, I have bills and a reality, and I have my college funds I'm trying to build for my kids, and I have a whole life, 100% groceries and utilities and car payment, insurance payment, and phone payment, and all that stuff is important. But I will tell you, I am very focused on saving money. Very deliberate and intentional about building a war chest. And I've said this line 1,000 times. I don't know if I've ever said it on Leadership Lean In. If you want to do a Good Samaritan's work, you have to have a Good Samaritan's purse. And let's apply that to your own life. Let's apply that to just you. If you want to do great things, vacations.
Yeah.
You want to go on a trip. You want to go see somebody. You want to go do something fun. You want to make a purchase. If you want to do any type of benevolent practice, missions, if you want to do a Good Samaritan's work, you got to have a Good Samaritan's purse. So I've got to store up a treasure chest. I've got to build something. And that doesn't happen by spending all your money. So save money. Save money. How do you save money? Little things.
Yeah.
Money's like water. If you don't tell it where to go, it'll go anywhere. So I assign my dollars so I'm not surprised at the end of the month. No, I told my money where to go, and so it's working for me. Here's the last one, number 5, be outrageously generous. This is the cool thing about Dave Ramsey. It's like, cut out debt and save money and have a plan and all these, it's all great. But the fun stuff is so that you get to the place where you can be radically generous. And I love this because the Bible says the world of the generous gets larger and larger. It does not get smaller and smaller.
That's right.
That's the world of the stingy. The world of the generous gets larger and larger. And if I can handle all my nickels and dimes, I can handle all my dollar bills, I can handle my finances and resources and everything God's given me, then I can step into the fun stuff, which is being radically and outrageously generous. And the most selfish thing you could do in the whole world is be generous. Because when you're generous, you are so satisfied and so fulfilled. I sent a guy a Venmo yesterday to bless him, and he's going to go on his honeymoon. And I was so excited to send the Venmo and said, God bless you, man. Have the best time. That to me is, I could go buy a pair of shoes. It doesn't touch.
That's right.
Well, I could buy a jacket. I go have a great dinner with my wife. It doesn't touch how awesome and fun it is to be radically generous. So this stuff matters because we're blessed to be a blessing. This stuff matters because I want to be generous. What's more fun than being generous?
That's right. Yeah. I had a conversation with someone the other day, and they're like, how generous should I be? I said, you should be as generous as you can until you're a bad steward.
Yeah.
Everything that's up until the point where now you're mishandling your finances and ruining your budget, you should be generous with it.
Yep.
And I think what you're saying is right. The most fulfilling, satisfying thing in the world is not spending for yourself, going on a trip. It's surprising someone. It doesn't have to be a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you buy someone's coffee, it feels like you got them a Christmas present. You can make someone's day.
Yeah, it's just, it's the fun stuff of leading. Again, loving, leading, living. I want to love generously. I want to lead generously. I want to live a generous lifestyle. And the more I take care of what's in my possession, what God's already given me, I'm telling you, you're blessed beyond your wildest dreams. And the more you take care of that well and steward it, you can walk in now the world of the generous. So I want to close with this, some remarks on leading right now through crisis. And this has been a tumultuous time in our nation. This has not been fun for anybody. And so I just want to take a moment here on Leadership Lean-In to thank you for leading. Thank you for leading with your convictions. Thank you for leading with your voice, with your lifestyle, with your compassion. I always think great leaders lead with empathy. They lead with not only compassion, but with empathy. And we're very empathetic about what's going on in our world. The stabbing in Charlotte, North Carolina, the shooting in Colorado, and the brutal assassination of Charlie Kirk. These are not easy times in our world to lead through. So thank you for leading. Thank you for leading with your convictions and your morals and your values. Thank you for being a voice. Thank you for doing your part to bring unity and bring peace into our country or whatever country you live in. They say the greatest felt need in the world is leadership. And we need strong leaders. We need great leaders. And that's what you are. And so I just want to take a moment to say, I know it's not easy leading through crisis. Whenever you lead through a crisis, I always feel like you're not doing enough or you're doing way too much. Right. And there's voices and critics saying it's not enough or it's way too much. And there's so many opinions. Remember, everybody has an opinion. And when it comes to leading through crisis, what I've learned is I need great wisdom. I need great discernment, great judgment. I need a team of wise counselors around me that can help me make decisions. And even then, you're not going to get it right. You're going to fail forward. And so I'm just telling you from our team here, we're rooting for you. We're cheering you on. You might not even get it right every single time, but you're doing the best that you can. We know that. And you might look back and go, I could have handled that different. Maybe I should have or shouldn't have said that. Time will tell, but one thing that's certain is you're doing your best. And that's all we can really ask of you is that you put your best foot forward and you lead to the best of your ability. There's going to be critics in the crowd. There's going to be naysayers. There's going to be people that question what you did or didn't do. That's always going to be there. But one thing that you're going to do is you're going to be the best leader possible for your family, for your home, and for whatever team you're leading. So do it with faith. Do it with conviction. Do it to the best of your ability. The Bible says in Colossians 3, verse 23, everything we do it wholeheartedly as unto the Lord. So we're trying to please God, not man. You're never going to please man. In fact, if you set out to please man, you're going to fail. But if you set out to please God and you live for an audience of one, one of my favorite truths that Paul teaches to Timothy, he says, your faith must be sincere and your conscience must be clean. Keep your faith strong, your faith in God, and keep your conscience clean as you lead. So I'm just taking a moment. These are unprecedented times here in our country and here in our world. And I know they're not easy. So I'm just acknowledging that together, collectively. That's right. These are not easy days. And so we're for you and we're with you. Even if you make a mistake, guess what? Get back up, get that dirt off your shoulder, and go try again. Nate, Doug, you got anything to add to that?
I don't have a lot to add to that. That was, I think, really brilliantly said. And yep, this has got to be the hardest position to be in, is in a place of leadership. people look up to you. People are looking for your direction, or at the very least, your example. And the best you can do is be authentic to who you are and to honor God with it. And so I thought what you said was right and brilliant and good. And that certainly I'm trying my best to do that with my family and the people in front of me.
That's right. And I always think, the lie is that you're not good enough.
Yep.
Look at what they did. They did it better than you. That's the lie of
right.
leadership, that comparison trap. And I always think, when you go through crisis, we've been through a number in the last 5 years. Get off social media.
Yeah. Yes.
Social media is not a real place. I think we got to be careful there of not being, you watch people get so influenced and caught up. You got to stick to your convictions. That's why you have to have predetermined values. But I love it. And we say it on Leadership Leading all the time. You're doing better than you think you are. And there's more people for you than there are that are against you. When you go through crisis, you think, I'm not doing that good, and everybody's against me. Exactly. It's just a lie. No, there are more people that are for you than there are that are against you. People are rooting for you, and you're doing better than you think you are. So I wanted to close with that because, again, crisis is a part. We live in a fallen world. This is not the last time you're going to face crisis as a leader, by the way. Something else will happen in the world. And because of your experience that you've had before, it gives you wisdom, it gives you discernment, it gives you the ability to keep on leading with your convictions and your values. So thank God for you. Thank God for your leadership. We are so grateful for the way that you're leading. I cannot express to you enough. Thank God for your contribution to your community. And we are just so grateful that you haven't quit, you haven't thrown in the towel, you're still leading. In the face of adversity, in the face of criticism, you're still standing strong. So thank you. The best is yet to come.